Want to spy on your competition and see what they're selling? Stay tuned, I'll demonstrate our new competing seller storefront search for the Analyzer.Tools web application. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, or so the saying goes. Many successful Amazon sellers have spent hundreds of hours in finding and sourcing profitable products. This is hard work. And one very effective sourcing strategy is to simply see what they found and see if there are listings that your competition has found where you could make a profit. Our new competing seller storefront search helps you do just that, and I'm going to walk you through an example. First, click on competing seller and you'll see a dialog box where you need to enter the seller ID. Now, where do you find the seller ID? Well, that journey starts on an Amazon page. So I have a product page loaded here. This is a random product page for a Duracell battery. And if you could see right here, there are 14 other sellers on this listing. And what I'm trying to do is get to a seller storefront so I can get their seller ID. So I'm going to click into this and I'm going to select HR merchandise just as an example. This is a HR merchandise is a seller. They're on this listing and you can click this link right here to get to their storefront. As you can see on their storefront, they have over 1,000 products that they're selling. So the first step is to extract the seller's seller ID. The way you do that is through the URL. The seller ID is going to be this set of letters and numbers. And it's always going to look exactly like this. It'll be after the equal sign. It'll be after me equals, but before the and marketplace. You don't want to use the marketplace ID, that's a different ID. You want to use the seller ID. And like I said, this URL will always look like this, so you could replicate this for any seller storefront. So we're going to copy that and then go back to our program and paste the seller's ID in. And since this seller only had 1,000 products, we're not going to use deep scan. Deep scan is really useful for seller search when the seller has more than 2,400 products. And I'll explain why 2,400 is the magic number in my second example. But we're going to go ahead and click process. And we'll see this list start to be initialized. As you can see, the list has finished processing and we found 1,624 results in the seller storefront. And now we could analyze this list just like we analyze any list by clicking into it, and we see we have all of the products and all of the data like we have for any normal list. We have it in here to analyze as well. Now I'm going to go through a strategy of how to analyze these lists, but first I do want to demonstrate what the function of a deep scan is. And in order to do that, I'm going to bring back the Amazon page that we have here, and I'm going to bring up a different seller that I have here, and this seller has over 7,000 results. Now if you scan this seller with the regular search, you're only going to get up to 2,400 results from the seller. Now why only 2,400, do you ask? Well, if you notice, this page is showing you 16 listings per page, right? So if you counted all of these listings, you'll see that there are 16 products on this page. And if you scroll down, you'll see that there's 150 pages available. Amazon won't show you more than 150 pages. So you can scroll all the way to 150, but you won't get to 151. So if you have 16 products per page and 150 pages, that's a maximum of 2,400 products that Amazon will show you. The regular seller scan can only show you products that are displayed on Amazon's page, so it is capped at a maximum of 2,400, since that is the cap that Amazon will show you. Now we've created a special process to extract products that are not shown on the seller storefront page that you'll see here on Amazon. So when you have a seller that sells more than 2,400 products, the only way to get all of those products is to use a deep scan. The deep scan is part of our Pro package, and I highly recommend it, since I believe we are the only program on the market that's capable of returning more than 2,400 results for this type of search in a web application. I don't believe there are any others that do this. So by having a Pro account and by pulling those products, you're actually seeing stuff that other sellers using other programs are not seeing. So the competition is quite lower. I think it's an advantage. I think it's definitely worth the extra Pro fee. And we charge the extra Pro fee because this feature is extremely resource intensive, and we have much higher server cost to implement this. So let's see how that works. We're going to get that scan going as well. I'm going to select the seller ID in this example, just like I did in the previous example. And we're going to run a new scan, paste that in, and this time we're going to select deep scan, and we're going to click process. While that's initializing and processing, and deep scan can take some time, it's not the fastest search. We're going to go ahead and analyze our first scan. We're going to open this up. First thing I'm going to do is open up the FBA calculations full view. This should be the default view for most of you, but I've got my own view set as default. So this is what you guys will see by default. And the first task is to find the products in the seller storefront that are actually selling, right? And you can do this multiple ways. You can filter by sales rank if you're comfortable with the sales ranks for these particular product groups. But because there are different product groups and sales ranks mean different things depending on which product group you're in, I actually prefer to use estimated sales for this search. So we're going to look for estimated sales that are greater than or equal to, let's say, 100 sales per month. And I'm plugging in numbers. You can use other numbers. So this is really just showing you the functionality. There's the possibilities are really endless in the kind of filters you can use here. And I'm not going to focus on profit yet, and I'll explain why. But the second thing I want to do is I want to find products that are selling for prices that are between $25 and $60. Let's go to $25 and $45 just to see, $35. Okay, so you can see that between, let's do that. And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is I'm an FBA seller, and as an FBA seller, you can't really make much profit, if any, on a low dollar sell price. So you're really looking for that sweet spot where you can sell a product between, kind of like $20 and $50, or maybe even more expensive if that's your model. But personally, I kind of like, products in this price range. It leaves enough meat on the bone for me to sell the product and pay the FBA fee, as well as not being too expensive, so that I can make, pretty decent volume purchases from my supplier. So that really narrowed the list to, very few products here. The next thing I want to look for is the package weight. In this case, I don't really need to add a filter. because all of these package weights are pretty low, with the exception of this one that's 6 pounds. But I'm going to keep that in there. What I'm really looking for here are products that weigh more than 10 pounds, or products that are going to be really heavy, because those have a different cost structure and a whole different complexity to them. So I try to avoid those. So in this case, these look fine. And then I want to look at total offers. You want to be careful about products where there's only one offer, where that one offer, the product is being actually listed by the seller. That's almost always a private label product that you won't be able to sell. It looks like in this case, that's not a problem. Total offers are all more than one. And we could even look at FBA offers and see that, some of these are really low competition on the FBA side, with the exception of this one that has 6 FBA offers. The rest of them either have no FBA offers or have 1, 2, or 3. So this is a pretty good data set to start working off of. So now I'd like to talk to you about the profit. So you may ask, well, how do you calculate profit if you don't know what the purchase price is from the supplier? Well, that's a great question. And the way the program handles that is it makes an assumption. It's called a purchase price assumption. And this is in the settings of the program. By default, if a purchase price is not provided to the program, which is the case on any seller search, the purchase price will be assumed as 50% of sell price. So you can see here, all of these purchase prices are being assumed at exactly 50% of the sell price. This is a pretty good assumption, guys, as any of you that have had experience with wholesale knows that wholesalers will generally sell the product to you on a wholesale basis of around 50% of what it retails for. So it's a pretty good assumption to use 50% to try to get a gauge of what kind of profit you could expect at that number for each of these products. Now I can see if I sort by profit that I've got one product here that looks like it could potentially be profitable, and the rest of these, we're going to have to look at a little bit closer. So it doesn't mean that these are losers and you should discard them, but it just means that you can go in here and before contacting the suppliers for these products, you're going to have to know what the purchase price needs to be, and you can negotiate that with the supplier so that you can get it at a price that can be profitable for you. So for example, for this product right here, it assumes purchase price of $14.57. And I could play around with this in here and say, for example, if I was able to acquire this product for $10, it's up here now because I'm sorting by profit. It went to the top. If I get this product for $10, then that means I can get a 54% ROI and $5.49 profit per product sold. That looks like a pretty darn good deal to me, and that's what I'm going to aim for. I'm going to aim to purchase this product for $10 from the supplier. So that's how the purchase price works. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make sure that things like pack quantities are being addressed, and that I'm looking at products. I'm really going to dig into the details now. So I'm going to extend this a little bit. And I see that a lot of these are, in fact, packs. This is a pack of 6. So Amazon incorrectly has this as a pack of 1. So I'm going to correct that. This is a 2-pack and a 4-pack and a 4-pack. And we have to do this, guys, because Amazon just has bad data sometimes for package quantity. And we have 2 and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so now we're good. 1, 2, and 4. So now our package quantities are good, and you can see that that really impacted our ability to make a profit on these products. So we're going to really have to negotiate with these suppliers. Now let's take a look at whether Amazon is selling on these products. We're going to do that by going in here and selecting Show Reviews and Amazon Data. The goal is to use the Amazon seller reviews and ratings data on a very small data set, since it does take time and uses a lot of system resources to process. But that's gonna run for about a minute, and then we should have our results. There we go. We have our results, and we can see that none of these are being sold by Amazon, which is great. So I'm going to first look at this product. This one looks the most interesting to me right off the bat. This product is the only one of the group that's not a multi-pack. And I'm going to go to their website and take a look and see what we've got here. So this is a wrought iron fireplace grate. This must be the 6-pound product we looked at earlier, because this looks a little bit heavy, but 6 pounds is okay if we could earn enough profit to cover our shipping costs to the FBA warehouse. And we can see that this product is being sold by this company right here. And I'm simply going to Google it. So I could see this company and see their website. I could see their products. And I could see they sell all sorts of stuff. What we were looking at is probably in the fireplace accessories category, but they actually don't show anything back here. So really the next step here is to contact this company and try to open a wholesale account. So it looks like they want you to email customer service, and the email address is right there, guys. So that's how you would address this, and now you could email these guys, and the goal would be to acquire this product at a purchase price of probably around $10, so that you can get close to a 50% ROI and cover your shipping costs. In reality, if it was me, I would be looking for a price of more like $8, since this product is a bit heavier. We could see that this product is 6.3 pounds, so that's gonna cost. If we assume that inbound shipping, this is the shipping to Amazon's warehouse, is about 50 cents per pound. We could see that this product is going to cost $3.15 to ship to Amazon, and that's going to eat into our profit. That's why weight is so important. So if I could acquire this product for $8, I can get a 32% ROI and make $3.62 profit per sale. And this particular listing sells 300 products on estimate per 300 units per month, and there are 5 offers. Now, what we could do here is we can see how many of those 5 are in buy box contention. So I'm going to select that, and that's going to add buy box contention. So I'm going to move that over here so I could see it. So there's actually no one in buy box contention because there are no FBA offers. So no one is selling this FBA right now, which is interesting. And we could confirm that by going in here. There are no FBA sellers. So if you're able to sell this product on via FBA, then you could potentially take most, if not all, of this 300 products per month that this listing is selling. 300 products per month times $3.62 in net profit could be $1,000 per month just on this product alone. Now, there's a lot of ifs there, and clearly you may or may not be able to open a supplier account. There may be other challenges. You may not be able to FBA this product, but those are all things that go into product sourcing. And as you can see, what this tool allowed you to do is to find a product that sells well, that a competing seller has found and is selling successfully. And we were able to find a potential opportunity to sell this product on an FBA basis where there are no other FBA sellers selling currently. And we have the intel now to contact this supplier. We have their contact information, and we also know exactly what we need to purchase this product for in order to make the profit that we need to make. So that is the power of this tool that allows you to really go down into some of these rabbit holes and find products in a different way, from a different angle, by seeing what your competition is selling. We can now see that our deep scan of this seller with over 7,000 results is now complete. We actually found 7,669 products for the seller. The only way to be able to analyze all 7,000 plus products of this seller is by using our deep scan functionality. I'm not sure that there is any other method available in bulk to do this for a seller search with any other web app on the market, since Amazon itself limits you to only seeing up to 2,400 of these products. And that is the massive value that Analyzer.Tools, and specifically our pro tier account, can add to your sourcing strategy. Hopefully you liked and enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it on YouTube, and follow us on YouTube as well as Facebook and Twitter in order to get the newest updates and news from Analyzer.Tools.